Good morning, everyone, and welcome once again to Morning Market Review by Rally Trade at Rally Academy. Please, if you are on this call right now, I think we just have about 15 persons and waiting for more. But if you can hear me, kindly drop a yes on the chat box so I know you can hear me. If you can hear me, please drop a yes on the chat box. Okay, thank you so much. I also hope I'm audible enough. Forgive my voice, a little bit of cold, but I hope you can hear me enough. All right, thank you, Comrade Godwin. Oh, Comrade Godwin Emmanuel. Uh, nice to see you are here this morning. Sorry, saw your message. I'll respond when I'm done. Okay, so let's quickly dive into what we have for today. Now, the goal of this morning market review actually is to show us how to do proper analysis in order to take trades. Because for you to buy and sell, you need to know the possible direction of the market, right? So we work based on informed decisions, and there are majorly three ways, but two ways we usually do is to know where price is going to. Okay. So while we wait for others to join the call, I'll quickly dive into the fundamentals. Now, I know a lot of you don't concern yourself with fundamentals, but trust me, fundamentals are very, very important, right? Those are the economic event or the data being released daily. Now, this data has a way of altering the delicate balance between demand and supply. Okay, altering the delicate balance between demand and supply. So, for instance, now a major let me use an example that's very close to home. Okay, let me not say your president. When Tinubu became president, and the announcement he made that subsidy is gone, you could see an immediate reaction by individuals quickly going to the filling station to buy because they know that the price of fuel is going to rise. So certain economic situations, news, data, we call all of them fundamentals. They have a way of affecting the delicate balance between demand and supply. So that thing made people to buy more, and sometimes it can make people not to buy. Okay, so for today, for instance, the major fundamentals we don't have more of high impact news, except for the USD by 3 p.m., which is the consumer confidence. Now, for those who don't know, let me just do a quick recap. This is forexfactory.com, and on Forex Factory, what we do majorly is we look at the impact, the various news that will come out for the day, and we try to assess how the news will affect the market. Now, these news are ranked based on the impact they can have, possible impact. So, for instance, the yellow envelope here stands for low impact news. The brown one indicates a medium impact news. That means it can affect the market, but not too much. Then the red one are our main focus, which are the high impact news. So anytime you see any heading or subtopic with the red envelope, it means that that thing has the possibility or the potential to affect the market massively. All right. So we want to pay attention to all of these things. So you can also check for the following day and check for more. So today's Tuesday. This is what we have for Tuesday. I think we have more for same thing Wednesday. I think Thursday is more of we have a lot of high impact news on Thursday and not much so on Friday. Okay, GDP. So basically, our focus will be for today, Tuesday. Now, like I've earlier stated, we have the consumer confidence, all right? So by 3 p.m., exactly 3 p.m., this is going to be out, and actual data and forecast will be good. So it will either make USD strong or make USD weak. Now, either they are fundamentals or not, one constant is technical. The technical has to do with the charts, excuse me. Technicals have to do with the chart. Now, basically, we just look at the chart to see the possible directions that price could go. So let me just use a naked chart. This is USD JPY, for instance. Now, let me see. Control N, sorry. Now, this is the strength of my currencies, currency power. Now, I want to know the strength of my currency. I want to keep an eye on them, also known as dollar index also. Okay, so right now we can see that dollar is not really strong, but at least it's stronger than the JPY. Okay, so let's look at what the market will possibly do for today. Now, when you want to do a proper analysis, you can either do what I call a top-down analysis, or you follow the liquidity levels. By liquidity levels, let me just break it down. I mean, where you have a cluster of these candles, a lot of candles gathered there. It's just like a bomb waiting to go off, right? For instance, let me shrink this. I have price ranging all the way here. We have a lot of range. Basically, we have something like this. Oh, insert. I have something like this. There's a lot of range around this area here. Now, what happens after is more like a time bomb, right? So two things can happen. Price will range just for a while. And as it's ranging, what it's doing is it's trying to gather momentum to push either upward or downward, as the case may be, all right? So, for instance, I want to know in which direction price is most likely to go. So I consider my trend. That I can look at my trend from a monthly time frame, or clearly see that USDJPY is doing more of an uptrend. All right. And if I look at it on a weekly time frame, it confirms my directional bias, more of an uptrend. If I look at my daily time frame also, you can see that I'm having more of an uptrend, right? This guy is clearly giving me the uptrend vibe. Let me take this one out. All right. This guy is giving me an uptrend. So it means that price pushes up more than it pushes down. So in an uptrend, what I want to do more is to enter and buy, right? But what the problem now is I need to find that exact point for me to buy from. Okay. So I can't buy from a higher time frame. I need to step down to my lower time frame in order to look for some entry point for me to enter my buy trade. So for the past few days, price has been ranging and ranging. So basically, I look for a liquidity level. I can look for a liquidity level. By liquidity level, I mean clusters. Clusters. So let me walk you through three simple steps. All right. Once we are done with this step, we now replicate this step on every other chart. All right. If you can hear me, just type yes. I want to walk you through three simple steps. Once we are done with these simple steps, you should be able to replicate it on every other chart. All right. Are we together? Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for your responses. All right. Now let's go. Now, the first thing is look for what we call your directional bias or your intermediate directional bias. That means for maybe for the next few days or few weeks, where is price heading to? Okay. So for instance, I can tell that from here, from let's say 16th May or till date 28th of May, price has been doing more of what? Up or down? I need your response. Up or down? Up. Lower Tosin said up. Any other person? Mr. Coins up. Yeah, I need more responses. Up, right? Good. So when price is doing up, what should I be doing? Buy yourself, buy yourself, buy yourself. Now we're doing this together, guys. We're doing this together. Angel, buy, right? So I shouldn't sell. Okay, so when price is going up, I shouldn't sell, right? Also. Okay, thank you. All right, so I'm not going to sell. But now the main challenge is where can I buy from, isn't it? Good. Now, let me tell you one thing. Patience is a strategy, all right? So you need to wait for price to come into where you're expecting it to come to trade. You don't go after the market, you allow the market to come to you, okay? When the market comes and go all out, that is high, just, a standard lot, and before you know, a lot of money in the back, okay? A lot of money straight up in the back. But hope you know, please, disclaimer, for you to do a standard lot, definitely you should have some good funds in your account, right? Please, I hope you all know that, all right, to avoid stories that touch. Now, I'm looking for liquidity levels. Let me confirm if price has hit a previous high. Okay, first, let me see. Okay, there's a high at this level here. Okay, so we are still good. That means price can still push up to this place. Okay. Now, I look for liquidity levels. Okay, liquidity levels where there's a gathering of candles. Now, there was a gathering here, but price cannot pull up. Let me tell you how it looks like. Small candles, like the candles are not large, they are not big, like these ones, they are not big, they are short. And even the ones that wants to look big or long is having rejection, it's being rejected, having a long wick. All right, so it's forming a range, a high and a low. So you can clearly see this range here. All right, so now we're expecting that price should, after ranging for a while, normally what should happen? Price should keep pulling up. Are we together? So price should keep pulling up. Now, that range should form what I call a support, not a resistance. Remember the rule of trading: buy at where? Support. Then sell at where? Resistance. Okay? So I need that liquidity level to form a resistance for me. Okay? To form a support rather. I'm sorry. I need liquidity level to form a support for me in order for me to take trades. Okay? Now, what do I mean? I will use the liquidity level of the previous day. So if I want to trade today, liquidity level of the previous day is somewhere around here. You see this cluster, all of these clusters here, right? Good. So I need to wait for price to tap back into this zone for me to be able to take trade. Now notice that when price left here, the next candle did what? It came back. And when it got here, what happened? It was rejected, right? Good. Now, yesterday or the following day, price did not really come into that zone, right? Now, what happened if I extend the zone on this particular day here? So today, price did not really enter my zone. Let me shift it into today, that day. The moment price just touch, it's not really that much of a trade, right? I need price to tap into this, my liquidity area. For this day now, no liquidity. The liquidity forms a resistance for me. I can't use it to trade because I want to buy. On this particular day now, price now tapped into this particular zone. And the moment it did, what did you notice? Did it buy or not? Guys, did it go up or not? Even if it was just a little. It did. So even if I'm taking I started buying from here, I will still be in profit. Price just came inside a little and still gave me some profit. All right. So even if it is 20 pips I see with a high lot, I'm doing massive amount of money. Okay. Now, price is still around the liquidity zone. Are you not seeing what I'm saying, guys? Are you noticing what I'm saying? So from here now, based on our liquidity levels, what do you think price should do? What do you think price should do? Hello, are we together? Yes, I'm talking about price is in our liquidity level. We are looking at buying, but we are trying to figure out where to buy from. It will sell a little. Okay, buy. So you buy each time it comes into liquidity levels. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about at iPhone. I don't know your name. Sorry about that. Up. It should go up. Now, yeah, basically, it should go up. Now, I might not have liquidity every day. That means something like this. I need liquidity to form support. Here, liquidity form resistance to trade for this day. Okay. Now, but what I can do is I can either use the liquidity of the previous day or the low of the previous day. So for instance, on this day here now, liquidity form resistance, but the low is here. This is the low, right? This is the low. Now, price tapped into it. What did you notice? Immediately got to the low of the previous day. What happened? Started pulling up, right? Exactly. So Now, I'm still expecting price to pull up, at least to come to this high. So there's still some room to go. Now, even if price comes down, I'm still expecting, even if it comes down, yeah, I'll still expect price to pull up again. So two ways now. They decide to do an instant execution, or decide you want to wait for price to come back down into the low before you take your buy. I don't know if I'm too fast or it's clear enough. Should have returned to liquidity zone and buy. Yeah, I will Joby Felix. Yes, it might and it might not. You can't control these things. It might and it might not. So my take is, if I do a buy and if price comes all the way down, then that means I'll need to wait for price. I'll be negative or draw down. I need to wait for price to rally back up again before I can be in profit. Or if I do a buy here and price rallies down, I can do another one and rallies back up again, right? This is USD JPY. Please, are you guys understanding what I'm trying to show you here? Are you understanding what I'm trying to show you? If you can understand it, please let me know so I won't just be talking over your head. Maxwell understands, Shimon understands, or SAS, I want to be gold next. Okay. Okay. All right, good. So now let's try to replicate this again, okay? Let's look at it from another instrument this time around. Totally understood. Good. A1. Oh, you would understand now. You're A1. Should we do a pending order and wait for a new candle to form before taking our position? Okay, so you can see that price is falling out. So you can decide to wait for it. When it gets to this level. Yeah, you can just try to figure out, take the price of the low, either the low of yesterday or this low. Take that price, put your pay away. It can also work, all right? Okay, so let's go to another instrument, Euro USD. Euro USD. Now, I'm just showing you all of this. I can as well decide to do a cheat code and just use an indicator. All right, points me where price is going to. I don't need to crack my head and all the likes. Okay, but let me just show you all of these stuff manually first. Okay. First thing, your directional bias, right? Second thing, look for your liquidity zones. And the last one is execute. So let's look at for our directional bias. And to do that, you need to go to a higher time frame, either your H4 or your D1. My H4 is showing me in which direction has price been going, at least for the last few days. Which direction? This is Euro USD. I'm on H4 time frame. I can as well do it on D1. On H4, which direction has price been going for the last few days? Up. All right, good. Please, I'd like to just be mute first. I will get to where we can. Please, let's just be mute first. We'll get to where we can ask questions. Okay, so now we are looking at up. Good. Now, in an upward trend, what should we be doing? Buying or selling? Buying or selling? Buy. No one wants to sell in an upward trend. Okay. Now, this is not the overall trend. This is just an intermediate trend, right? Which is for the last few days, where has price been going? So I want to join that particular move. Let's join the bandwagon, right? So for us to buy now, what's next? We look for liquidity levels. Now, I said liquidity does not really happen every day, but either liquidity or the low of the previous day, okay? Liquidity or the low of the previous day. Now, do I have liquidity for yesterday. From here to here was yesterday. Now, I need liquidity that forms support, not resistance. Not really. I don't really have a strong liquidity level. Okay. I don't have a strong liquidity level. The one I have form resistance for me. I'm just looking at short candles that forms up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay. That's what I'm looking for. And anyone that wants to be long is rejected. Right. It's having a longer wick. Okay. So I'm looking for that particular liquidity level. All right. Okay. All right. So I need liquidity that forms support, not a resistance level. Now, can I find liquidity that forms support? Not really. This one, yeah, these three candles, they might count, but not exactly. It's not strong. The more the candles, the stronger that level is. But instead of liquidity, then I'll take the low. I'll take the low, right? The low of the previous day. Now we can keep back testing this guys manually, keep back testing it manually to see if it conforms to what we are looking for. All right, we can keep back testing them. Now, what I'm expecting now is I need price to do this, come into my zone before I do what? It takes off again. So you can get here or continue. So this is what we are looking out for. Now, this is just 3 simple steps. First, directional bias, which I showed us H4. Oh, I'm still doing this on H4. Oh, my bad. Okay, let me cancel all of this. I need to go to my lower time frame to execute. I'm so sorry about it. So sorry about that. Let me go to my lower time frame. Okay, so I go to my lower time frame. You can use your H1, 30 minutes, or even your 15 minutes time frame. They are good enough, right? So I go to my H1. Now, yesterday, I have liquidity level. I have liquidity level. Can anyone guess where my liquidity level is from yesterday? From here to here was yesterday. From here to here was yesterday. So can anyone guess where my liquidity level is? What the price break through the previous liquidity? Or we'll talk about that. Ignatius, we'll talk about that. This is Euro USD, Euro USD. I don't think you are following me enough. Hmm? Now I'm asking a question. I want to use previous day's level to trade because it's a continuum. Price keep pulling up, keep pulling up, keep pulling up, right? So I want to continue. Okay. So if price goes up like this, it can't just keep going up. Price need to rest, take a breather, right? So price rested here, continue. Came all the way down, continue. And for this morning now, it's continued. Okay. So I want to trade today now. I would have bought because this place formed the liquidity level for me just before market closed yesterday. Now, if it does that, there's a high possibility that price continues pushing up when it opens the following day. Okay. And I have another liquidity level all the way down here, or a support level, so to say. So if I do this here and I extend it to today, because that's what you not normally do, you extend it to today. So what I'm expecting is price has 2 levels now. That's 2 levels. First is here, and the second is all the way here. So you can decide to tap into the first place here, then pull up. That's here. Let me extend it to today. Tap into this place, pull up, or if it breaks, Ignatius, this is where I'm answering your question now. Ignatius, all right? So what if it breaks the previous liquidity level? If it breaks this, then it's heading towards the next liquidity level below, okay? And when it gets here, then we can now have something like this again. What makes it support or resistance? Okay, basically, support is, first of all, you must know where they are located. Support is found below current market price. This is current market price, this support. Now, support is usually a level that price has fallen to before, go below, then it starts pushing upward. Now, there are 4 types of support. I don't want to go into support. We can have support, the untested support, the verified support, and the proven support. The same goes for resistance. We can have weak resistance, untested resistance, weak verified resistance, and proven resistance. Okay. Now, what determines all of this is how long price has been bouncing off of that level. So if price keep coming down, going up, coming down to this level, goes up, coming down, the more it bounces on, it becomes first weak, later untested, then it becomes verified, and over time it becomes proven. I don't know if that answers your question. Okay, so that's what makes it support. Now, it's the same thing we are trying to do. Liquidity sometimes forms support for us, but they form temporary support, especially when price is trending. Right. So we want to find where price moves, it clusters a bit, then it continues. If it drops to that level, it continues. Now, what do I mean? When price pulls up, just imagine you are traveling from Abuja to Lagos on road. You don't just take off from Abuja and straight up you get to Lagos. No. You will stop on the way. Either you refuel your car, you ease yourself, use the restroom, something like that, right? So now that is exactly what price is also doing. It has taken off. It gets to a point, it needs to rest, gather more energy, right? So 2 things. It can come back down a bit, then pull up, what we'll call retracement, okay? Little retracement. Or it starts to range, like it was doing here. Range. All of it, once it has rested enough, it has gained enough energy, it's refreshed, what happens? It continues the journey. I don't know if you get my point. So I'm looking for those places where there's a rest so that I can join price to continue from there. So that is exactly what we are trying to do right now. So price did this, rested here, pulled up, came all the way back down to this same level, pull up again. Now, if it keeps coming back to that level, there's a high possibility to keep going back. Now, it here before market closed for a few hours. Now, when market opened today, what happened? It has taken off. Now, I've missed that particular move. Unlike yesterday, where it took a while before it took off, right? Here, immediately it took off. So I've missed that particular move. All I need to do is to wait for the move to come back. Some person can enter itself from here, hoping it comes down here. Now, remember, we are doing is except it wants to do some massive retracement for this. Okay, so these are my summation on Euro USD. All right. So in case you're just joining this call and you missed some things, you can also rewatch this session on YouTube at Rally Trade, on YouTube at Rally Trade. Just look for the video for today. All right. So someone mentioned oil. Let's quickly look at oil. Now, unlike Euro USD, hello, please, let's have this on mute. Okay. So now let's look at oil. Now, how do I trade oil? First of all, oil thrives a lot on fundamentals, especially it moves massively, especially when the fundamental is bad, like there's a war between Russia and Ukraine, oil moves. Or Israel wants to fight Iran, oil will move. Okay, because these are oil supplying nations. Or once it concerns any oil supplying nation, a war, a disaster, something like that, oil will trend. It trends a lot of bad news. Okay, that's one. Also, technically speaking, if you look at the pattern it does on the chart, okay, if I zoom out and look at the pattern it does on the chart, oil does not move randomly. So for those who think oil moves randomly, let me prove you wrong now. Oil does not move randomly. It's either it's moving towards something or it's moving away from something. Your job as a trader is to find out, is oil moving towards something or is it moving away from something as at this current time? So now, the same thing you do for your currency, but the way you apply it will be different, okay? So for instance, I look for my directional bias. If I use my 4 hours time frame, and I zoom out, you will notice a particular pattern. Perhaps I should zoom out more. Now, this pattern is a lot of cluster. Now, you will observe some good support level, right? It ranges a lot, a whole lot. Oil ranges well. Now, currently, oil is ranging. It will range for a moment, then waiting for an incident to happen. Once that incident happens, it trends for a while. Once it trends for a while, it rests again, start to range, waiting for another incident to happen. Once it happens, it trends again. So it depends on the frequency of occurrence, fundamentals. Listen to news, CNN, Al Jazeera, right? So the tool I'm using to paint the levels, insert to your top left, insert. I come to shape. I just pick any level I want to. I just shade it like this. That's all, right? Okay, so on my 4 hours level, I notice a range. So you can see a range here. Now, if I go to my 1 hour level time frame, you will notice that this range, they are not small levels. They are not small levels at all. 1 hour time frame now. Price is ranging. This is the high, and this is the low. Let me adjust the low. Now, the reason why my low is here, somebody would have asked, why don't I have my low here? Or why don't I have it here, here, or here? My low is determined by where the previous low is. So if I go back to my 4 hours time frame, right? So you notice that this was my previous low. Sorry, here. This was the previous range, right? This is the resistance, right? So this was my previous range. This is the support level, and this is the resistance level, which can be adjusted a bit up here. Okay, so this is the support level. So why price was doing this, it was aiming all the way down. Now it has gotten to that lower level there. So now based on my 1 hour time frame, so what do I expect? Price will move all the way from this resistance, trying to go down, go down, go down, trying to go down until it gets to support. Now, once it gets to support, what do you think it will do again? It's trying to pull up, pull up, pull up until it gets where? To resistance. Now, all things being equal, if I don't hear any news out there concerning any oil supply nation, no war, no disaster, all things being equal, price is most likely going to start coming down again. So I've done this analysis the last time, and we were waiting for price exactly at this point. Now, some persons were asking, why don't they buy from here? Now, since this was, let me do it this way. Since this was the previous support, let me see. Since this was the previous support, why don't you, and price got to this level, why don't I buy? I'm saying, okay, yeah, it looks like a previous support, but trust me, price is moving towards a support level, and that support level is still all the way down. So buying from this level here, just because price did support here, buying from here is very dangerous until it gets to that level. That is where I can go all out, right? So I wait for those levels. Once price gets there, I'll make sure my account is funded massively. Then I use 2.5. I think that's my latest lot size, 2.5. 2.5 lots. Just few pips, you'll be amazed at the amount of money you're going to see. Right? So these are the days where you cash out massively. Okay, you cash out massively. I've done Euro USD. I've done Euro USD already. I've done Euro USD. Okay, so from what I have said since now, at the current market price for oil, where do you think oil is moving towards? Is it going up, or should it be heading back down? Should it be going up or should it be going down? Sylvester, up, down, up. It's going up, moving down. That Milola says, I think it should be heading back down. up, up, up. Okay, now we are looking at the long term now, right? So once you have the long term in mind, it will help you to be able to pick your short term, pick your short term. Now, yes, now listen, I'm not talking just about the trend. I look at my analysis. Oil pulling down, no argument about that. But beyond that downward movement that oil is doing, right? Beyond that downward movement, I am more focused on the pattern that is giving me. Oil works more with pattern. Unlike currencies, I can easily just follow the intermediate trend and keep going that way. But oil is more volatile. I don't know if you have traded oil before and you lost trade. You know how massive and volatile it can be. So, like I said, there are slight differences between what you trade. There's a slight difference between the way you trade currencies and the way you trade commodities. And also, there are some additional information you need when you are trading indices as well as agro commodities. They are all the same trading, but just minute differences. And those differences can make a massive difference in terms of profitability. Now, I am pointing you towards these things. Practice this thing or look at them, practice them again. Enter the street and see what I'm telling you. So what I'm saying now is, I noticed that beyond the downward trend mind you, is not sharp. But I noticed there's a pattern, which is range. Oil ranges a lot. So I just need to find the high and the low of that range, which I've marked here and here. Okay. Now, price hit the upper part of the range, the resistance level. It was trying to pull down. So all these things you are seeing now is because price hits the resistance. So it will be trying to pull down, If it goes back up, it's trying to pull down. Now, even if you enter a sell, no matter how much it goes up, it will still come down. Come down. Now that price has finally gotten to that our low, price is now on a journey where now it's journeying back up. Remember, it's a cluster up, down, up, down, up, down. So it means that no matter what price does, so if I go back to my 1 hour time frame here, now check out your liquidity levels. After price has trended for a while, massive upward movement. Remember, when I see price starting to form liquidity level for me, price is just resting. And after resting, where do you think it will continue going? Up or down? Okay. So now, two things can happen. Exactly, you're right. Oh, so two things can happen. It will keep going up until it gets where? This level. Okay. Now, no matter what happens, price opened yesterday all the way up. Now, it has opened today. Remember, I'll use yesterday's levels to trade for today, right? So if I extend these levels into today, now, worst case scenario, even if you see oil tumbles down and it gets here, it's time to start firing back up on the back. This is where I'm waiting for price to get to buy. Some persons might just enter an instant buy all the way. An instant buy. Now, it means that if price goes up, good and fine. But if it comes down, you need to wait for price. You hold on to your negative, have a drawdown until it gets here before it starts pulling back up again. Now, once oil gets to this level here, this level, let me mark it. If oil can get to this level today or tomorrow, what do you think will start to happen? Keep trending up or pulling down? All right, I will mute everyone. Thank you. So sell down. Exactly. Now, this is where some persons might ask, oh, do I need any confirmation that price is coming down now, or should I just enter a sell? Yes, I would advise you can wait for a confirmation. Any reversal pattern, something like this, you see this bearish engulfing, right? This resistance is respecting this resistance a lot. So it might keep respecting it unless there is now a fundamental out there against one of the oil exporting countries. Okay, so this is one top secret. This is one top secret that I've given you on trading oil. Hold it with your left hand. Don't eat with it. Now, this guy works like magic, right? This guy works like magic. See, trust me. Please, all mute. All mute. I can't be doing this. All right? So, making money in the market is not difficult at all. You are just making it complicated for yourself, or you don't have the right information yet. Okay? So, the market is very easy to trade. But you need these pieces of information to be able to trade it effectively, right? Remember our Euro USD, USJPY, this is what are we doing? Buying or selling? We're going long. Okay, our Euro, okay, that's our USJPY, even our Euro USD, right? So what I've just showed you, just replicate these things on any chart. Replicate it on any chart. So let's go. I'm seeing US 30, or I see GBP JPY. Let me just do that last currency before I move on. Where do I have my GBP JPY? Here. Okay, I have my GBP JPY here. Now, let's do, this is a 1 hour time frame of GBP. Please, mind you, additional information. If you are trading GBP JPY, it's easy. But if you fall into a trap, it can be very dangerous. GBP JPY, when it's trending, it trends massively, and the trend can be sharp. For instance, you can clearly see what I'm saying right now. If I zoom out on my H1 time frame again, you can see what I'm seeing right now. Okay, so it has been trending, right? So let's do our directional bias. What time frame do I use? What time frame do I use to get my directional bias? 3 steps: directional bias, liquidity, and execution. So I want to get my directional bias. What time frame should I use? H4. Excellent. Thank you. So I'm on H4 right now. Now, what has been my directional bias for the past few days or few weeks? Up or down?
Up, up.
Okay. Thank you. All right. Good. Thank you so much. So it means we are buying, right? Or it means we are selling. It means we are selling. What does it mean? Are we buying or are we selling?
Selling.
Okay. Okay. All right. So it means that we are buying, right? Good. Someone pointed out something very important. He said, Celestine says, market is at a resistance level. Thank you so much for pointing that out. Right? Yeah. Thank you so much for pointing that out. So in this case, I might need to go even a higher time frame, even a higher one, to be able to decipher truly it is. Okay. Yes, it is. Right. So now for my H4 time frame, I come back to my 1 hour time frame. Good. Now on my 1 hour time frame, or funny enough, for my H4 time frame, this is a previous resistance level. This was the most recent high. Like this is the most recent high that price did, right? And after price got to that high, let me use 4 hours. After I got to that high, it did a downward movement for a while. Then it continued. It has been trending up now. So 2 things can happen. I can have another downward movement, a retracement, which is where can this retracement possibly stop? This level, right? Because this is where I have a strong support level. Now, if you remember, someone asked, who asked then about what makes it a support or resistance. What makes this level a support level? I don't know if you can see where I'm talking about. Let me zoom out. What makes this level, this one here, a support level is because price a couple of times has come to that level and failed to break. fails to break, fail to break, fail to break, fail to break, or they didn't get there. So what am I expecting? If price comes back all the way to that level again, so most likely it fails to break. Then we start trending upward again. Are we together? So where price is right now, two things can happen. It might decide that, okay, I want to respect the previous high. What should I see to make me know price want to respect the previous high? I need a reversal pattern. Okay, so let's go to my H4. First thing, I look for my liquidity level. And for my liquidity level, I have for yesterday, this level here, just a bit of small clusters around here, and which coincide with the lower, the low of yesterday. So I extend it to today. And I want to trade it. It means the price falls here, I'm looking at continuing my upward movement, right? Okay. So alternatively, remember, I'm looking for reversal patterns to tell me that price is not willing to keep going up. Instead, it wants to come down. First sign is that price is staying too much around this resistance. It's having a tough time for several hours now since yesterday. It has been trying, but at the same time, it tries going down, but you can see another massive bullish engulfing candle bringing it back up. The moment I see a bearish engulfing, imagine this kind of candle, you put it here now, and you see all the way down. It's a strong sign that sellers are into this market. Unless I see that there's a tendency that price will pull up, right? So, but first thing, I need price to fall back to my liquidity level for me to continue buying it, all right? For me to continue buying it. So this is GBP JPY. Now, possibly you ask that trade about GBP JPY. Are you on a trade currently on it? And let me guess, you are selling. Okay, right. Okay, all right. That's fine then. So US 30. US 30. Okay, not at the moment. Where's my US state? Okay. Um, now this is indices. Indices are also very, very volatile instruments. Very, very volatile. Look for my directional bias. Okay, now my current directional bias is it has broken previous levels, right? This is 4 hours time frame. Down, up, and currently is what? Hello guys, currently is what? US 30 up or down? Down. Okay. Yes. This guy is looking very much down. Yes, looking very much down. Okay. So when I come to my lower time frame, it means I'm selling, right? So I want to look for my entry point from my lower time frame. So this time around, unlike every other liquidity levels that have been giving us buy. And ranging. Oh yeah, but I wouldn't want to just conclude that way. I wouldn't just want to conclude that way. Okay, not exactly ranging. Okay, so on my 1 hour time frame, sorry. Okay. Excuse me, just a minute. All right. FRE 40. So we're gonna do that. So I see this massive downward movement, but now please note, When you see such massive movement like this, there is bound to be a retracement. Especially when it's even caused by a fundamental. Exactly. Olubenga, Faniyan. Now you can understand what I'm trying to say, right? When you see this kind of massive movement, it's not normal. It's like either caused by a fundamental or is an impulsive move. Now, US 30, you are trading companies. This is indices, right? Something might be happening to one of those companies. They don't usually last. Even though price is now doing a downward movement, for you to see this massive impulsive move, there should be a retracement. Now, if you notice that from yesterday or from last week, Thursday, price has failed to continue going down. It's trying to just, retrace, all right? It's trying to just retrace, but at the same time, it's finding it hard to also retrace. You can see price has failed to keep going lower. It has failed to keep going lower. So I need to see some reasonable level of retracement, right? Some reasonable level of retracement before we can continue on that sell. So if you ask me right now, I will do nothing on this guy. If you ask me, until I see that retracement, I can't keep selling. Now, should I buy it? Yeah, I can buy it, but it's also risky because I don't know when it will retrace. So for somebody who has been waiting for some level of retracement now, you can see it's ranging, right? Even if it goes up, you're not making much money. And if you don't close your trade, if it continues that downward movement, you might be in trouble. And the ranging is long. So this guy totally out of it. Okay. FRA 40. That should be like the last instrument we're going. Okay. I see a lot of gaps on this guy. Okay. So the French index. French index. Now let's see. Let's do the same thing we've been doing before. My H4. Okay. Now what do you notice here? Like our oil, you can see some good range, right? You can see some good range. Yeah. Some good ranging here. Then the support. All of these can be manipulations and the likes. Okay. Institutional trading and the likes. Okay. Resistance. All right. So there are two levels right here, which we can focus on currently. So if you notice, price is in between. Let me come to my lower time frame. Price is in between. I can see a bearish engulfing candle over here, which is showing me a strong presence of sellers. Okay, it's not yet a bearish engulfing. I'm not going really below the low. Now, if price closes below this level, okay, below this level, and after closing below that particular level, because it has gotten to our resistance. Let me see. Yes, you see this resistance level? Trade on it, come to support, trade on it, come to support. Now, broke it, found another level. Now, came back here, broke this level, found back that resistance level. Came to this level, respected it a bit. Now, it's inside of it. So, price might want to retrace back to this level, or it can still be rejected and is heading back to this level. Okay. So I need to wait to find out where is price heading to. So I can see some strong presence of sell. So there's a high possibility that price might want to keep tumbling all the way down. Okay. There's a high possibility price might want to keep tumbling all the way down. Okay, now let me see who's this. Uh, Awojobi Felix says, running away from gold. Not exactly. You see, there are certain instruments. Let me put it this way: things come and things go, right? Right now, gold might be interesting to trade, but at the same time, it can be very dangerous. I've seen this is a moment where, or these are times where you can make a whole lot of money on gold, and at the same time, you can lose a whole lot of money on gold. So I don't want that kind of extreme levels. That's why, honestly, I don't want to talk about it. So I don't want any of the extreme levels right now. Okay. So because if I tell you anything, trust me, what I'm telling you now, some persons are already entering trades with what I'm just saying. And I know a lot of persons who are entering with huge lot sizes. So if they make profit massively, if they make losses massively. So gold is doing extreme levels right now. So that's why I really, really don't want to talk about it. The only instrument you trade, Celestine. Okay, all right. So that is my summation for gold. All right. Now look at this guy. It will give you that impression that is going in a particular direction. All of a sudden, some massive retracement. And because of the level of volatility of this instrument, you will notice that if it goes against you, even a few pips, even with the least lot size, is not funny. It's very dangerous, right? Even with the least lot size, can be very, very dangerous. So gold is volatile. One of the things is that the US dollar also is an alternative to gold. Dollar is traded against, or gold is traded against the dollar. It means that as much as the charts tells us what to do on gold, right? The strength of dollar also plays a significant role. The strength of dollar. If dollar is up, then there's a high chance or high probability that goes up. If dollar is strong, gold goes down, and if dollar is weak, gold pulls up. Okay, so the alternating in the strength of dollar can come to play also. So even if I tell you that this guy is still heading all the way down to my support level here, you can be shocked that if you just spike up first, huge negative or take you out before finally coming down, right? So that's why I really don't want to talk about this guy. I don't want to give you something. Yes, they have an inverse relationship. So always check the strength of the dollar, the strength of the dollar. And one of the ways you can do that is you can use this website, livecharts.co.uk, to check for the strength of currency. Okay, so dollar right now is fairly at the middle. Now the maximum is 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars. So right now you find out that JPY is down, AUD and GBP, they are also down. So let me confirm that. JPY, AUD, GBP. Oh, all right. See, JPY is down, GBP and AUD. CHF is like the strongest, then NZD, then Euro. And if I go back here, see CHF, NZD, Euro. Okay, so it's the same thing I have on my chart. But note, I need dollar to be extreme for me to trade gold. If dollar now is at the middle, out of 6 bars, it's having 3. So it's indecisive for now. Okay, so we can't, pick a side. So we can't pick a side. Okay, so like I said, I might tell you it's coming down all of a sudden, spike up before finally coming down, and it's very dangerous for your account. Okay, I'm going to post it here, livecharts.co.uk. Let me drop the link. Dropping the link right now. Oops. Oh, where's my... Okay, so on the chat now, I'll just drop you. Okay, thank you, great. And the link has been dropped for us here. The link has been dropped, all right? So thank you very much. I think this is where we'll come to an end for this particular session. I wish you a very, very peaceful day, okay? Very, very peaceful day. And in case you missed anything, kindly go back to YouTube at Rally Trade and rewatch this particular session so you can gain more insight on it, all right? Thank you very much for attending. I wish you a very peaceful day.
Good morning. Oh, Jesus Christ. Mama. Please, good morning, ma. Please, doctor. Which thing is that? Oh. Sometimes when I even come back from where I am and I'll just enter inside the room. But if I'm always at this window, they open, that means like anytime in her window, morning till night, because I leave it on. I don't me. I don't close my windows, except maybe AC is on, that's when the window is closed. If I'm going out, the blind will surely, this place will close, the blind will come down. I'm not around. Or AC is on, it will close, the blind will come down. If not, I'm always around 247. I might not come out, but I'll be here. Oh, Makagalas, you want to come in now and check? Because I no get strength. Mama no get strength. Ah. Mama, nine. I'm up on. I don't even want to go anywhere. I'm not bothering my head about that. Some days ago, I was very strong. Some days ago, I was very strong. No, it is not. The following morning on Sunday, that church, I just had this blunted stomach, bloated. I was so uncomfortable. I took a Horlicks in the morning before. What is Horlicks? Horlicks, one drink it's like what do you call it? Like beverage. So by the time I now came back, come and sleep watch until the next day. I couldn't eat, I was weak. Come and sleep watch until the next day. Is where this girl now, this lady that helps me keep this thing now, that will be a challenge. Yeah. That's what would be a challenge now where she left those kids. Because some of them are just being that. Eh? Oh. And she went for a traditional, but I don't know. A animal, it all depends on which making. Where am I gonna look at that thing? That's the thing. If she was doing a cleaning now, she would have just gone. No much later than that, but I'm not able to so I just pray they've not dashed it out because the truth is that I wouldn't know because of the way she has packed all those things now. I wouldn't know. No, my mom will do her. Would say, or she might take it and give to the maybe Ogwalo Onyinyechi, there. Because I know there is a date we're talking about something like that. The thing might even be here in the bag. Oh, you just not anything. If you have strength. Huh? How many of the bags you want? One big bag. There's one big bag. Will you have strength?
That big bag, you'll be checking it while I'm checking this.
Wait, let me get you the phone so you can use as a touch. While I look for the other ones. Yes, so this are upstairs. It's our story building. Yes, you will soon leave school. So the other bag should. I know I have some school bags here. My laptop bags that I don't really. That one should even be under there. Or that shall let me out. And that's what I'm saying. That I have one laptop. I have laptop bags. The other one, I can't even find it.
Oh, you're using this one.
I used to use that one. I used to use that one until I bought another one. Okay, you were thinking it's small. Okay. You mean the room? The room is bigger than downstairs now, but it's still small. You can see how I pack things now.
It's because of the way
Yes. More than two bedroom. We had on Nakaya even at Otherway.
selling books.
Books. Do you know man? Okay, I bought this for Nichi. It's set. It's for foreign exam. Can imagine this book nice 27,000.
For foreign.
Abroad, any UK or Canada or SAC is what they do.
They call it SAC.
Then you have another IELTS. So I was using that one, and I bought this one. Then there's one other one here now. I don't know. You have given that one out. I don't know.
It's very fine.
Which one?
This bag is very fine. I don't want to.
That's when I bought this one. She now said she wanted to take that one to school. I went and repaired it. She didn't take it to school. So when I wanted to bring it down, I was asking. Here. The other one, the other pink one, I had to take it for repair. They had to, fix all of those things.